uses a dynamic string parameter to filter accounts by industry, enable you to efficiently work with collections of data in your LWC. Hey everyone, in this video, we'll explore three important concepts, which are dynamic Apex parameters with SOQL, handling lists and maps returned from Apex in LWC, and also how to use RefreshApex to manage caching and data refreshing. So let's get started. Apex method can accept parameters which give us flexibility to query Salesforce data based on values passed from the front end. Dynamic SOQL makes these queries even more flexible by allowing us to construct the query string dynamically. Here's a simple Apex example that uses a dynamic string parameter to filter accounts by industry. So as you can see, if I get an input of an industry, the query will be altered to where industry equal to given industry. If not, then the query will just run the basic from account statement. Apex method commonly return lists or maps to LWCs. A list is an ordered collection like an array in JavaScript, and a map is a key value store which in JavaScript becomes an object. For example, this Apex method returns a list of all the accounts. To access this list, I can store this in a property named accounts, and in my HTML, I can loop over this accounts property to print out each and every element from the array. Alternatively, maps are also returned by Apex commonly. In this map, I am mapping the ID of an account with the name of it and returning this map to the LWC. Here, I can access this map by taking its key. Alternatively, Apex can also return a map. For example, mapping account IDs to account names. In LWC, this comes through as a JavaScript object and you can access it by using object.keys. You can either loop on this or use it as a filter. In my example, I have used it as a filter. So if I can show you this in action, fetch account list will give me a list of all the accounts, and fetch account map, I will get the default selected account, the first one, and I have a drop down filter by which by selecting any of the values I can switch between accounts. So this is a map which is being filtered by the account ID. Understanding these collections lets you handle complex data structures efficiently. While working with Lightning Web Components, it's essential to know that LWC automatically caches returned data from Apex to improve performance. But sometimes you need to refresh this stale data. For instance, after a user updates some records. Here, RefreshApex is a Salesforce utility that refreshes cached data and triggers your wire adapter or imperative call to run again with fresh data. Use it like this. In your LWC, store the wired result in a variable so that you can refresh it later. Then wire the handle refresh to a button. As you can see in my HTML, I have a lightning button that on click will call the handle refresh. When this handle refresh is called, it invokes the RefreshApex, and RefreshApex will clear the cache for that wired call that was wired account result, and Salesforce in the backend will invoke your wire method again with fresh data, updating your UI seamlessly. To sum all of this up, dynamic Apex parameters lets you tailor SOQL queries in flexible ways. List and map returned from Apex enable you to efficiently work with collections of data in your LWC. RefreshApex keeps your UI data fresh and synchronized with Salesforce's database by controlling caching. Master these three concepts and you'll build responsive, powerful Lightning Web Components that interact smartly with Salesforce data. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment with your questions below. Thank you for watching.